Controversial presents Making the Cut. I'm Mr. Controversy here live at Pronoun Barbershop in Decatur, Georgia. I got my main man, Big Google, right here.
Yeah.
I got my special guest, Mr. Lucky.
What's up, what's up?
And today, we got a hot topic right now. Popped up today. Talking about the Clippers owner, Donald Sterling. You know, he made the famous quote. Hey, told his girlfriend, I don't want you to invite any black people to my building, to my game.
Well, I just said Negro.
Well, whatever you said, minorities, whatever. So this is a big discussion. Should fans do anything? Should the NBA do something? To players? What should happen?
Look, this is not unexpected. Elgin Baylor sued that man, and the case got thrown out for his conduct towards his black employees. He was sued by 2 other black employees and minority employees, as well as people, patrons of his, for renting apartments that he would not rent them to. So the NBA for a long time has known who Donald Sterling is, and they've chose to take a blind eye to it. So I don't want to hear anything about the NBA cares until they care to take up this subject and censure Donald Sterling. He should not have an NBA team. Okay, those players are his employees, so they have a livelihood. They have wives and lives and families to feed. So I am not going to say the players should walk away from their jobs and their checks in protest. But we as fans are the ones that enable Donald Sterling to pay his players. And frankly, when the Clippers play their next playoff game, there shouldn't be anybody of black or Hispanic origin in that arena to watch that game. If Donald Sterling doesn't want us there, let's not be there. It's as plain as that.
Now, I totally agree. Totally agree with what you're saying, but I don't want to sound like as if I'm taking his side, but I want to address what you mentioned about the issues that were pre-existing, that was already aware, and why haven't it been dealt with? In other words, yes, it's wrong to make racial comments. Yes, it's wrong. But on the flip side, once again, lawsuits he's had to pay out to the people with the apartments. He had to pay out the Elgin Baylor situation. The comments based on Elgin Baylor saying that he said, I'm looking to be giving a lot of money to a poor black boy in Danny Manning. In other words, him telling Elgin Baylor he wants to fill his team with poor black boys and hire a white coach to coach him from the South. So in essence, there clearly is all the evidence is there. But my question is, why hasn't something been done about it? Why? This is the thing. You don't think that any one of them players, Doc Rivers, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, you don't think any one of them were made aware of this dude in his history? So and it's still. So the question is, I mean, does money make you feel you got that much power that nobody can actually say this against you or stop you from doing what you want to do? I mean, in his defense, he's probably going to say he said that in the privacy of his home. He didn't know it was being recorded, so it wasn't from a political public standpoint. That's the thing he'll try to defend himself with.
So you're saying you can be a private racist?
No, I totally agree with what you're saying. My question is, why in the world is this dude still in ownership or in the media spotlight, whatever, if he has a history of doing things like this?
And I agree with both of you all. I like what Lucky said. That's how I feel. It's the fans. What are the fans going to do? Because really, my man, the owner of the NBA.
Oh, David Stern.
No, not David Stern.
Exactly.
Adam Silver. Adam Silver, he can't really do anything because, like you said, it was in the privacy of his home. He didn't do anything as far as anything wrong to the NBA. So, and he's the owner. I mean, he owns the team. So
how you find the owner?
Yeah, he can't do anything. But even as players, it's hard to say, hey, Chris Paul, you should sit out. So, as far as like my partner Norm, who's here in the barbershop, as he was saying earlier today, you look at what if he said something about Jason Collins? Don't you think it would be an uproar in the NBA? It would go crazy. The media would take this and have a field day with it. But because he's talking about minorities, I guarantee you, and he said it in the privacy of his home, they're not going to do anything. So, like you said, maybe the fans should come in and say, you know what, we're not going to support this guy. All the minorities who fill up, most of the minorities fill up that place anyway in LA. So you got plenty of Hispanics, Mexicans, blacks going to that game. So let's not go to the game. Playoff series, let it be empty. What's going to happen then? He's going to be forced to step down. Because now the players are like, look, you making us look bad. You're not making any revenue. So that means we're not going to get paid. And the NBA looks at that like, nah, we're not going to get paid because of that. So, like you said, it's really not going to affect him, but at the same time, I think the fans need to step up and do something.
Exactly, the fans need to, but once again, is it going to do that? In other words, so let's break it down from a pay perspective. Everybody money, nobody can go to the games right now, they can shut it down. The players' money is guaranteed because there are bonds and insurance policies in place that make sure that everybody get their money. So in essence there, when a player gets a contract, there's bonds and stuff that, I mean, once again, things are in place for that. I mean, the team right now is worth $575 million.
But what about a future contract? What about somebody who's...
I feel you what you're saying, but what I'm saying now is this. The question is this: are you gonna walk away from that $20 million? No. Are you gonna walk away from that $10 million?
No. So, and that's what I agree with you with.
Yeah.
I'm not asking the players to do anything but fulfill their contracts.
Right.
Play the games, try to win the games, be a team player, and a better example to the general public than the owner of the team. What I'm asking the fans to do is demonstrate your disgust with this guy by not patroning that arena.
Exactly.
Don't go see the Clippers play if you feel like we feel that this man is making money. In one aspect, he doesn't want you in his house, but it's okay for you to come into his arena and buy his shirts and eat his popcorn to line his pockets. And my say is this: your silence will make a bigger difference in that arena when there's none of us there than just saying, oh, we mad, we sad, we upset.
And I think, to clarify, I think not just minorities, all Americans, everybody, don't show up, because you know this is wrong. Even if you believe what he believes in, you know you shouldn't do this. It's wrong. But I have a question for you all, for the panel. If he comes in and do this fake apology, do you think the NBA will buy it? Do you think Silver will say, you know what, hey, he apologized, just like with the Robert Cooper situation, or even, forget, and I ain't even talking about racism now, just even with Alden Smith, what he did, you know, dumb stuff he does, whatever. Do you think if he comes, apologize and say, I'm sorry, do you think the NBA will buy that?
Yes, because once again, it's been done in so many numerous cases throughout the sports arena, period. And with him. And then at the same time, that's all that's required. Remember, we in the country that, you know, you get, innocent until proven guilty. Oh, well, they went through the trial. Hey, he's just like a person that served their time. Hey, they served their time, leave him alone. So what was required of him? But he did a public apology. He hosted free minorities for the next 10 games or whatever. This and that. It doesn't matter. Guess what? The character of a man, the character of who he is already established. Plain and simple. Whether it has anything to do with sports, he does it from a political standpoint, from a rental property standpoint. All of that, it's been proven, it's been said. And this is the thing. The NBA has been aware of this. So therefore, the fans, like you say, of course, protesting, they get mad. We see throughout the history of the civil rights that protested hurt their pockets, of course. But my question is, once again, being that he got a team full of minorities, minority coach, minority superstars, are they going to make a difference in boycotting the game? Because that would show a tremendous sign of we ain't putting up with this.
I definitely agree.
Here's the problem with that. And you're asking a man to supplant his check and take care of his family, and money that's owed to him, money that's guaranteed to him. And the bigger voice should be we the fans. Chris Paul deserves his money. Blake Griffin deserves his money. They didn't harm us. They didn't wrong us. The Clippers players didn't do this. The owner of the team did this. And if David Stern really cares, like he puts on his advertisements every other commercial break about how the NBA cares, show me that you care, David. We live right now.
Okay,
hang on. Let me live right now in the show me state. So don't tell me, show me. Okay. Show me how much you care by taking away this man's ability to affect all of us, black, white, by not letting him have an NBA team. Make him sell it. Here's your money. Go do whatever you want to do. Go to Utah. Go to Wyoming. Be amongst the people you want to be amongst. But the rest of us who love the NBA and can reason and work and be with each other, the rest of us, Let's go watch and play some basketball. And you want to go and you want to have your separatist nation? You got the millions. We're going to give you $575 million for your team. You can go buy your own little island and have anybody come that you
I feel
want
what you're
and
saying,
exclude
but
anybody
I
that you
think
don't.
once again, some type of leader, if you look at it, just let's deal with the black community since it was addressed specifically towards blacks. Where is the leader that's getting paid that will say, you know what, I'm not about the money, I'm about what's morally correct? Where is that individual? Because then, when he steps up to the plate, if Doc Rivers, Chris Paul don't show up for the game and they make a statement to say, that will put the pressure, because now the fans are going to feel they got a reason to rally now. Because it's a slap in the face if the fans choose to protest, but the players still showing up, because now they showing that what we as the fans think about, you guys are all about y'all money and get your shoe contract, get your contract, and that's about it. If the players take a stand and say we forfeit, they make the NBA, because now the NBA losing money because the TV time, the game ticket sales is all off the charts. It's off the table now. Right. So now, who's going to be the leader that steps up to the plate that says, you know what, you can't buy me when I know you hate me?
Right. So I have a question. You mentioned that Doc Rivers or the players already know that he's like that. So if that's the case, and they already know he's like that, wouldn't that, I mean, why would they do that? You understand? I agree, but I'm just saying, why would they do that? So, do you think the NBA as a whole, all the players, all of the coaches, even some of the owners, even though probably most of the owners think and act like he does, but if you have the owners, all of the players, all of the fans, we do one protest for the playoffs, just period. Would it be something? Hold on, would it be something if? And they probably wouldn't because they want to win, but would it be something if Golden State, Mark Jackson and all of them, they show up for the game?
It'd be great, because at the same time, it's two black coaches coaching against each other.
Right.
And that says they're two former great players that were minorities. So when he says,
you know what I'm saying?
So in essence that, but the thing about it is, from an arbitration perspective, from a political perspective, of course they're gonna tell you, well, you way in Miami, you ain't got nothing to do with what's going on over here in this organization. I think it needs to come. I understand they gotta eat, they gotta get their money, but guess what? I think in that organization, since you look and you see all minorities on this bench, and you see minority coach, the statement needs to come from them.
But see, here's why I have an issue. What I'm saying is, and I don't disagree with you that players and coaches need to step up, but I think who needs to step up first before the players and the coaches is the NBA executive board, is the other owners, it's the man who has used the bully pulpit of the NBA to force every decision in the NBA. You can censure this guy. You can find that guy. David Stern has no problem in casting that sword of, you don't do it my way, it's the highway. Well, guess what? Now's the time for David Stern to cast that sword against Donald Sterling and make a statement that benefits not one of us, but all of us.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up. We just gonna leave it like that, folks. I think we said a handful. Hey, again, it's messed up the way he did. We all need to step up. Black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, all Americans. We need to step up right now and show we're not taking this. I think the NBA as a whole, not just Adam Silver because he really can't do anything, but as a whole, like you said before, if we care, we care, and you're showing little Mexican babies or just minority spirit, these minority kids that you're helping, but you have an owner with a popular team that's saying something like this. I mean, what does that represent? So once again, it's a three-point conversion presents Making a Cut. I'm Mr. Controversy. We're here live at Pronoun Barbershop in Decatur, GA. Excuse me. Thanks again. Appreciate it, Lucky. It was a pleasure. Google, you already know what it is. See you next show. Sure. We sit at a barbershop near you. We out.
Down and we gone.
Go ahead.
All right, people, we couldn't resist. This is a hot topic once again, so we're going to talk to some of the fans right here. That's my man Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Marcus, what you feel about it, baby?
In professional sports, historically, the only way things change is if the players stood up. The fans have no power. Players have all the power first. Fans have power eventually because they pay money. But the Kirk Floods of the world, the Jim Browns of the world, the Jackie Robinsons of the world, you name it, you go down the list, it was a ton of black players that said, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, who wrote Black Profiles in Courage, an awesome book. They was the ones that stood up, that gave these young men right now the ability just to play. They didn't even have to do anything that these brothers had to do in the 50s and the 60s. All they have to worry about is getting paid and their ring. Today, these guys need to worry about something other than a ring and getting paid. For the first time, this generation has a chance to say, wait a minute, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to have a Rosa Parks, not sitting on the back of the bus, a revelation for a change. And I'm not going to go to the game. Or Doc Rivers, I'm not going to do that. And I think that needs to happen now.
Okay, I got my man Norm. He in the chair right now getting a fresh cut by the owner and barber, Mr. Warren. What you got to say, baby?
I agree
totally with my man, you know what I mean? First of all, we as a people got to do better. We got to stop selling our soul. Sometimes you got to stand for something, you're going to fall for anything every time. And on his point, as I do this,
yes, sir.
As I do this, we got to do better. And if the players start, we will follow. Because the only way that you're going to get anybody to listen is you hit them in their pockets.
Right.
And we, as fans, I love it. But if we cut that TV off, and the NBA see that them ratings are dropping, they're going to have an issue with it. That's my piece.
And I'll end it like this. You remember, I can't remember the exact year, but you remember the year when in the All-Star, was it the All-Star game?
Two Olympians?
Football. In the All-Star game and the Pro Bowl. And remember, they didn't want the blacks to come in and stay in a hotel. Stay in the hotels like the white folk, like the, white people, whatever. So what happened was, what they did was, remember, they all came together. Even some of the white players said, all right, we're going to boycott the Pro Bowl.
All of us.
And remember, after that, they changed the rules,
That's right.
So that's how you got to do it. But once again, it's a 3-point conversion presents Making the Cut. We're here live in front of our barbershop in Decatur, Georgia. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Right.